What's good, my beautiful people? Back with another video. Today we talking about how being celibate can improve your intimacy with God. And for fellas, I know I make semen retention videos. I know I can't really make semen retention videos for women. There are certain benefits that women have that men won't. Now, I'm not talking about the vain benefits to help you get other women into. No, we're not trying to go back into that path and put a verse on the screen. Flee from sexual immoral acts. The same thing with Joseph. When Potiphar's wife tried to get Joseph to sin and have sex with her, Bro hit the dash. Bro ran. That's what we have to do. Stop trying to, it doesn't say walk. It doesn't say crawl. It says run, flee, get out of here. I'm speaking from experience on this one. I've seen from just being celibate from, sexual immoral things, my connection with God has been through the roof. My old videos, if y'all want to go back, I used to smoke and stuff like that. I used to drink. But that's just weakening the flesh. So it's like if you're trying to be celibate too, don't drink, don't smoke, don't do anything that just causes pleasure to you, Get that pleasure from God. He'll give you that pleasure that you'll never even thought that you can have. But once you get it, you don't want to give it away. Once you receive that intimate pleasure from God, you really feel like this is how I should be loved. For a woman, if you've never been loved by a guy before, this is how you should be loved. You feel what I'm saying? That presence. And you'll have standards now. When you're celibate and you're isolated, you're learning a lot. You're no distractions. You really are forced to get into that word. You're not forced, but God is convicting you to get into that word. And he's like, come to me. Come to me. I have so much more for you than what you were doing. He's showing us grace. A lot of people, they hear God's voice and they don't pick up the phone. But for people like you watching this video, you picked up the phone. He is working through you. He is going to work for your greater good, but you have to trust in him. If you're really trying to be celibate, or in God's case, semen retention, retain your seed, that's amazing. I commend you for that. Go as long as you can. Go as long as you can. No, don't go on the websites, the adult websites. Don't do anything like that. Don't be smoking. Don't be vaping. Don't do anything. It may not be weed, maybe cigarettes, vape, whatever. Don't do it. Don't drink. Don't even just try to drink in moderation. Cut it out. Stop being dependent on these outside things that cause us temporary pleasure. Don't be so dependent on these temporary pleasures, these outside things. They're weakening our flesh. Our spirit is waging a war against our flesh. But if we are fired up with the Holy Spirit, we can burn off those fleshly desires. We can be delivered through prayer and through fasting, through these strongholds that we have. So for me not having sex for an extended period of time, my connection with God has just been through the roof. He's been gifting me with discernment, more wisdom, just for being obedient. That's one of the worst sins that you can do towards your body. It's the wages of death. Now, you may not physically die, but it's killing off your connection with God. And I don't think we want that. We want to be connected with God. We want to be one. So you got to understand, like animals, they only have sex to have a baby, to procreate. So I know the world tells you just to, pump and dump, have sex, do all this. No. That's not what we should be doing, because we weren't sent here to do that. We weren't sent here just to casually have sex. We weren't sent here to casually date. We were sent here to spread the will of God and spread the good news and seek his kingdom first. That's what we were sent here for. Anything outside of that is irrelevant. Now, God will bless you with a wife. He will bless you with a husband. You have to seek his kingdom first. You have to be patient, because a lot of times when you try to do it on your own, it's going to fail. You will know when that person is sent from God, because this period of isolation that you might be in, you're really learning his voice. So when he really speaks to you and says, that's the one, you're going to know. Whereas you're not going to have to guess and play out these mind games with people. You feel what I'm saying? So truly being celibate, retaining your seed. I know a lot of guys online are going to tell you, do it to attract women. That's just a byproduct. You're going to attract women. If you're being celibate, you're going to attract guys if you're a female. You know what I mean? But truly, if you want a certain standard of woman, or if you want a certain standard of guy, you have to be doing that yourself. You are what you attract. So if you want a woman who's retaining and being celibate too, you have to be retaining. If you want a man who's retaining and being celibate too, you have to be celibate, simply said. So we are what we attract. The longer that we go and the longer we cut off our fleshly desires and our urges, not to say that we aren't going to have desires, but we have to pick up our cross every single day and crucify those desires and really seek his kingdom first, not second, not third, not fourth. Seek his kingdom first. He always gives us a way out. So if you feel like you keep sinning and keep running to the same thing, just look back, look behind you. There's that exit door. It wasn't there when you first came, but he always gives us a way out. This go around, let's choose a way out.